Okay, I hope you can see my screen. So I'm going to start my presentation. So good morning from South Korea. My name is Kenny Kim, and I'm in charge of the global business of the Korean language education in Visang Education, South Korea. Today, we want to share with you what Visang as a global edtech corporation does, and more focus on our Korean language education business that we do globally for global learners. So without further ado, let's directly move on to my presentation. So if you can see on the left, we are the number one company when it comes to textbook brands in South Korea. We are the number one company that provides textbooks to schools and academies in Korea. So if you look on the left, you can see the numbers of schools using our textbooks or the textbooks sold until last year. However, we want to focus on the number that you can see on the bottom right, where we have over 1,000 staff members, but over 400 of them are dedicated to making our own contents and technology. So we have over 400 R&D staff. It shows how much we value on developing our own high quality education contents and technology for our learners. This is just a bit more detailed milestone of our company history. We are a company that has over 25 years of history in the field of education. And with a lot of research and development among 20 years, we recently successfully launched our global edtech products on English, math, and Korean language products. And today, as I said, we want to focus on our Korean language products. Today, a lot of speakers told about the success factors of the Korean contents. As an education group and as a division that focuses on Korean language education, we believe accessibility to Korean language and providing high quality Korean language education to global learners can also be another factor that can contribute to increasing the future potential K-content customers. So to provide you a more detailed insight of how we started building this business is we started off from the COVID-19. So just like any other fields in the education, Korean language education also faced a lot of change due to COVID-19. We analyzed all the responses of successful cases of how education field responded to COVID-19, and we found common 5 factors in those responses. First of all was providing an online real-time classroom, providing digital content for teachers and students, such as e-learning and AI. And essentially, there needed to be a learning management system that can combine all those functions and contents into one. That's why we started thinking of building an online platform for the Korean language education that can overcome time and space, but at the same time include a lot of digital multimedia such as AI or e-learning inside the platform. So on the characteristic side of the Korean language education market, due to the success of the Korean content, the demand for the education, learning for Korean language has also increased drastically. However, in most of the cases in foreign nations, the only accessible method to learn Korean language at the time was to come to Korean university as an exchange student or visit major cities' academies to learn Korean. However, due to COVID-19, those kind of options were all blocked. And our plan to build a new business model for the online platform for Korean language education was on the spot. So by building an online platform, we intended to solve major 4 problems that the original traditional Korean language education had. First of all, we wanted to solve the accessibility gap of learning Korean between major cities and rural areas. We wanted to provide high quality Korean education provided by native Korean teachers to students all living in rural areas where the internet connection was very weak. The second thing we wanted to solve was the issue of lack of global tutors for the Korean language. The number of Korean native tutors that the Korean government employs to the global market is very limited and cannot match the increasing demand for the Korean language education. Another issue that we wanted to solve was a low pay of the traditional domestic Korean language tutors staying in Korea. Normally, those teachers taught at Korean universities or Korean language academies to foreign students, but they could not do that because of the COVID-19, so they had to change their job or stop teaching Korean. Therefore, we wanted to provide an online method where they can keep on teaching Korean language to foreign students, even in the situation like the pandemic. Last but not least, we wanted to increase the quality of foreign Korean language tutors too. In most of the cases, foreign Korean language tutors lack the skill set compared to native Korean tutors or do not even have a government license to teach Korean language. So to solve these issues, with over 2 years of research and development, we have created an online platform for the Korean education, which we call Master K. So in the Master K, we include a lot of functions, including real-time class, digital content for teacher, what we call class, recording function for teachers, e-learning AI, which is a digital content for students, and of course, customized website and learning management system customized for individual institutions. All our contents and functions are based on our own Visang Korean content textbooks. So when learned with our textbook along with the platform, it can maximize the learning effect of the Korean language education. To give you a bit more detailed insight, what we do is when a partner first implements our platform, we build them a customized website to operate their own Korean language academies. This is an example of our partner in Japan. So students can log in to learn Korean or use diverse contents to learn Korean real time. This is a real-time function that we have. It's made by Amazon's AWS. The biggest function is that we allow the function where institutions or teachers can make quizzes, exams, or mock tests inside the platform. And students can take those quizzes or exams in real time inside the real-time video solution. Another important factor is the attendance data or these results of those scores are automatically saved to our LMS system, ultimately allowing our students to automatically issue certificates when the course ends. So everything starting from registration, class to evaluation to certificate can be done in a single platform. Now, we also view this recording function very important because teachers can now freely create e-learning videos what they want along with the share screen without having to worry about the portrait issue of students. Our recording function does not record students' face, but only teachers' faces and the share screen of those teachers. So teachers can make new videos as much as they want to share it with their students during class time. If we talk about the contents, this is a class, an acronym for Korean Language Smart Solution, which is a digital content based on our Visang Korean textbook. So in the program, there are MP3 files, video clips, drama type video clips, and interactive activities between students and teachers. So this will allow teachers to provide high quality Korean lectures without having to prepare their own class materials. When it comes to e-learning, we provide our e-learning contents in diverse languages because we are providing this to our global customers. We provide them in Korean language, English language, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, Indonesian, and so on. So native teachers who have government license to teach Korean language are filming this e-learning lecture so students can choose their nationality or their language to learn Korean language. Last but not least, we provide AI contents in our program. So students can practice pronunciation on how similar their voices compare to native Korean speaker. Currently, we provide practices on set AI. However, as you can see on the right, we are currently developing a generative AI where students can freely practice conversation and writing on the Korean language. And we are planning to implement this sometime next June in our Master K platform. So I've just given you some of the main functions that we have included in our platform. And with the success of the platform, we are now providing this platform to global customers to go beyond the limit of time and space and to provide education that can be done in any circumstances nonstop. So if you see on the below, we are currently providing them to countries such as Vietnam, India, Indonesia, Philippines, US, Germany, Oman, and so on. But as times go on, because we are now living in the stage of the endemic, some countries or some regions have no choice but to keep on with the offline model, traditional offline model of education. So we have also thought of a way of how students and learners or institutions can maximize the usage of our platform. And that's why we have created a model that we call hybrid class model. In rural areas such as in Vietnam or Philippines, where the internet connection is very weak in individual households, those students have no choice but to go to universities or academies in an offline classroom to learn Korean language. In this case, we can operate a hybrid class model where teachers are accessing online and students are gathering in one classroom. The benefit of this model is that the price will be much cheaper for the institution because there will be less server maintenance fee. and students can access real-time classroom with high-quality Korean classroom with high-quality Korean native teachers. So a lot of models can be operated through our Master K platform. Another important aspect that we have considered when making the platform was pedagogy. We have implemented the high-touch, high-tech pedagogy in our Master K platform. To explain this concept, so high-tech, meaning higher technology, high-end technologies, will allow students to self-study on repetitive activities such as pronunciation or writing practice. And at the same time, during the limited real-time classroom, teachers can provide high-quality customized lectures to individual students, which will ultimately lead to high-touch. So all the contents and functions in our platform allow a smooth linkage between pre-class, in-class, and after-class, ultimately fulfilling flipped learning inside our single platform. So to give you some of the references that what we've been doing as a global business of Korean language education, these are just some of the partners that we have globally. So as you can see, we have in Asia, we have in Europe, we have in US, and we have in Middle East, and so on. And we are just keep making new partners as time goes on. But not only in private sectors, our Master K platform is gaining popularity also in the public sector. In 2021, we have cooperated with the Ministry of Education to train over 100 Korean language tutors in the southern region. Normally, these teachers had to come to Korea to receive these training. However, as you know, due to COVID-19, they could not come. Therefore, we provided training based on our Master K platform successfully. Another example is the Koika business that we are doing in Vietnam. Starting from 2019, we are cooperating with Korea International Cooperation Agency to improve the quality lives of the vulnerable in Vietnam by empowering employment based on the Korean language education that we provide. So we are currently providing to 18 universities in Vietnam of our Korean language products. This year, we are also conducting two important government projects using our Master K platform. So the first one is the King Sejong Institute Korean Tutor Training. If you're familiar with Korean language education, you might have heard about King Sejong Institute, a government organization that provides Korean language education all over the world. Through our Master K platform, we are training prospective tutors that will become a Korean tutor in the future that will be acting in 20 local King Sejong Institute all over the world. Another thing is what I mentioned before, is using government budget. We are currently creating a generative AI to freely conversate and write Korean practices, which will be implemented sometime next year in our platform. With our effort to provide the best quality of Korean language education globally, we have received some of the prizes that can be very important in the field of education. And we are being acknowledged by domestic market and global market all over the world. So as we believe that the success of Korean content also goes along with the increasing boom of the Korean language education, we believe there can be a lot of scope of cooperation that can be made with the content companies that are speaking today. So if you believe there are any scope of cooperation that can be made between our Korean language department, feel free to contact us because we will be visiting LA this November. So we hope we can meet you sometime there. We hope you enjoyed my presentation and thank you very much.